guys, Alyse Williams here, and I'm bringing you this message because I am really all about sharing my personal life lessons because I know that it will help someone else grow in an area of their life, and that is very, very important to me. And even the things that really hurt, typically the things that really hurt, are the experiences that you can really draw from the most and have a tremendous amount of growth if you allow it to happen instead of resisting what can possibly happen. So I wanted to share with you, I know a lot of you already know that my mom passed away. Actually, tomorrow will be 3 months. And it was very devastating. I was just extremely close to her. We just were always very, very, very close. She was really the only person in my family until I met my husband and my in-laws that really understood me. You know, I've always been kind of, I guess you could call the black sheep of the family, just made non-traditional decisions, and my mom was just the only one that really understood me. She supported me in absolutely everything that I did, was always my biggest encourager. And so when she passed away, it was very, very devastating. And the result of that has been very interesting. I never really had a close relationship with my dad. My parents, were married all this time. He was just a somewhat passive person. My mom really kind of ran the show in the house, and he was fine with that. He was fine with her making all of the decisions, and he was very supportive of her, but just very passive. I never really remember him, really saying I love you or giving me a genuine hug or a pat on the back or anything like that. That's kind of the way the relationship was. And so when she passed away, I had this dream of really reconnecting with him or connecting with him for the first time and establishing a relationship that we never really had. And so I very quickly realized that probably was not going to happen. He just became very angry and resentful of her passing, and with all of the personal development that I've gone through, I'm able to see things in him that he's really not seeing for himself. And this whole process of my mom's passing and really seeing this side of my dad and just really see him truly be a victim to his own life and his own circumstances, because he never did take any responsibility. He always let my mom take responsibility for everything. That now just some things have gone down since her passing, some financial things that I'm kind of tied into. And basically about a few weeks after she passed, he sent me an email and told me that he was disowning me, that I was dead to him, and just gave me a whole list of reasons why I was worthy of that, why I was worthy of being disowned by him. And once again, it was just very hard, very devastating. And since then, over these matter of weeks that it's happened, different things have gone on. I've made connections with different people, have reached out to different people. People have reached out to me. And here's the powerful, powerful lesson that it taught me. And I wanted to share this with you because I shared it with a close friend yesterday, and it literally changed her, like in an instant that I told the story. So basically what I realized through everything that's gone on with my dad, and I've had to kind of tie up some things, and I'm about to really just end this relationship. And what I realized is that my dad always represented to me that voice in the back of my mind. We all have those kind of subconscious voices that we hear. And I realized that the voice that he represented to me was not good enough, not really being accepted, just being different, kind of being scowled upon, just, always having this look of, what's your deal? Or, I don't really get you. And that's kind of the energy that I've always gotten from him. That was the vibe that I had from him. And when you think about it, that's very toxic. And so when I've kind of been processing all of this, why is this going on with my dad? Should I really fight for the relationship, make it a happily ever after story, or should I let the relationship go? I realized that the choice that I decided to make was to let the relationship go. And I decided to do that because what he represents to me is negative, is toxic, and in order for that to really change, it would require a lot of change on his part, and I don't really see that happening. Not that I don't have hope or faith or any of those things, but as far as the direction that I'm moving in my life right now, the direction I'm moving my family, it's toxic, it's poison, and it is not moving me in the direction that I want to go. So I have decided to remove that toxic relationship from my life. So what I want you to think about through this story, I say all that to say, what toxic relationships do you have in your life that may seem like the right thing to do to hold on to that relationship or nurture that relationship or heal that relationship? And check this out. The person that I spoke to yesterday, her relationship was not with a person, it was with a fast food restaurant that she had a toxic relationship with. It was contributing to her weight gain. It was contributing to her just dissatisfaction with her life. And so I ask you, what types of toxic relationships do you have right now that it may seem crazy to remove or may seem very difficult to remove, but you can really see that if you removed it from your life, you would gain back that personal power that you've had all along. You have just allowed that person to have some control over it. So it can be with a family member, it can be with food, it can be with money, it can be with things. Maybe you're holding on to a home that you really can't afford to hold on to, but the thought of foreclosure or letting it go, you have a really hard time with that. Let it go. It's a house. It's 4 walls, okay? Maybe it's a car, maybe it's a boat, maybe it's certain pieces of furniture, maybe it's certain pieces of jewelry. Whatever it is, if it is holding you back from moving in the direction where your potential is pushing you to go. And look, we all have so much potential inside of us. It's just that typically it's just laying dormant. And unless you really go in there and dig into your potential and make it active, it can remain dormant for the rest of your life. Plenty of people live that way. And if you're okay with living that way, that is your choice. It is a choice. But if you are really getting that itching feeling that you have more potential, that you're not tapping into, that you have a certain life that you want, but you're not achieving, you're not moving towards yet, take a look at toxic relationships that you have with people, places, or things that are holding you back from that. So, people don't put this out there like this, and I know that's why I get the relationships that I do, because I'm putting it out there. And I know a lot of people can relate to you. I know a lot of people are going to be moved and touched by this video, and that's why I do this, because it needs to be done. People need to be inspired and motivated, but beyond that, they need to be told that it's okay to do things like this in order to obtain the life that you want and to move towards the life that you want. So take this story however you want to today, apply it wherever you need to in your life. Let me know your feedback, leave me some comments, and I will talk to you soon.